The life of Chinese and East Indian immigrants on the plantation. Post-emancipation, Chinese and East Indian immigrants were contracted by planters to work on plantations. They provided their labor for a certain period of time in exchange for food, water, shelter, and other necessities. At the end of the period, the immigrants could either return to their homeland or remain on the plantation and be granted ownership of land. These promises were perceived as greener pastures when compared to the conditions such as unemployment, chronic poverty, indebtedness, and famine in their homeland. The indentured immigrants faced various challenges on the plantation. The Indians and Chinese were able to continue practicing their religions, speak their languages, and maintain their traditions as best as they could. However, they were considered a non-white group of laborers and occupied the lowest stratum of the society. Further, they were encouraged to see the European bosses as superior. The immigrants were overworked while being paid extremely low wages. Their accommodation in barracks was crowded, substandard, and unsanitary. They were outcasts in society, specifically because they competed for jobs against the free Africans, which caused the wage rates to decrease as a result. The immigrants were also encouraged to keep themselves apart from these Africans, continuing disunity amongst workers. Additionally, their cultures and lifestyles were mocked and ridiculed, preventing diversity from being embraced and appreciated. The Chinese and Indian immigrants were always in debt to the company store where they were forced to buy goods. Furthermore, they were not allowed to move about freely. For example, if they were caught a certain distance from the plantation to which they had been assigned, they would be charged with vagrancy, flogged, and jailed. If they tried to escape, they were hunted down and jailed for breach of contract, then returned to the plantation. For minor offenses, they were charged extremely high fines. Many of the immigrants died from poor nutrition and suffered from malaria, yaws, typhoid, and dysentery. They were in a continual state of poor health, and the rate of suicide was high. Finally, their contracts were not always fulfilled, as they were sometimes denied wages.